What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Two Real Chicks podcast. My name is Aisha, one real chick.
And my name is Leah, the second real chick, I guess, of this podcast. Well, I'm really the only one. But anyways, welcome to the weekly rewind, the weekly recap, the weekly wrap up, whatever you want to call it. This is basically the episode in the podcast where these two chicks chime in on all the things that have been trending and happening throughout the week. Or really probably throughout the month, because we're probably going to bring up a lot of stuff that we probably didn't get around to talking about. But you know how this goes. You'll see how it goes. You can tell by the description and the title what we're going to be talking about. Those are just three of the main topics that we're going to be covering, but we'll also talk about other things that we've seen in these social media streets. So
the first thing I want to talk about basically is y'all subscribe. Okay, definitely go share us wherever you want to share us. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, shit, like wherever you want to. Please share us. Also, we're also located on TikTok at Two Real Chicks. All of our social medias are the same. Instagram, same. All of that is the same. If you want to get your daily tea from us, go to there. Because TikTok, that's kind of post a little bit more. And if you want to, promote us and do all that good stuff for us, please go ahead and share. But this week's topics of things, y'all,
it's been social media. I don't mean to cut her off because she's taking too long. Shit. No, but and first of all, if y'all hear my stomach growling, I did eat, but the little bitch just be being greedy, and I understand. But social media has been crazy. There's been a lot popping off. You had a viral video with what is his name? Doug. I don't know. He's a YouTuber. With his son, they did a sit-down conversation. His son was just telling him, like, you an ain't shit nigga. We had that. We had the Mielle organic situation and black women being like, how could you sell out like this? We had that happen. We're going to get into that, get into depth and detail about that, because I have thoughts. I have thoughts, and I do have questions, because Aisha was a business owner and I am a consumer of their products. So we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the 23-year-old woman who was killed at the University of Alabama visiting her cousin. We'll talk about that and see if we get any more details on that. And we're going to talk about Kevin Gates drinking pee.
Yeah, he was out here pissing. Well, having bitches pissing in the cup.
He had somebody piss in the cup, and he said he'll drink it, and it tasted like water, child. We're gonna talk about all that, and then we're gonna talk about some. Excuse me. Wow, this is live, definitely live. We're gonna talk about that and a lot of other things that come to mind. So I guess we could get right into our first topic of the day.
23-year-old who got killed in Alabama, at the University of Alabama. Y'all, we're gonna start off heavy and then we're gonna work ourselves down to something lighthearted. And we just want to get the hard stuff out the way. So let's get into this video. This is from LovelyTi Mobile on the Black Girl News on TikTok. And y'all, she's like everywhere. She's not a Roku show. So shout out to LovelyTi. Let's get into this video.
Hey players. So 23-year-old Mielle Harris was killed early Sunday morning, and police have charged a University of Alabama basketball player with her death. Yesterday, officers arrested Darius Miles, who is a University of Alabama basketball player, and charged him with capital murder, along with Michael Davis, who is also being charged with capital murder. So according to reports on Sunday at 1:45 a.m., Tuscaloosa police and the University of Alabama police were dispatched to the Walk of Champions at Bryant-Denny Stadium about a shooting. A vehicle was spotted on the side of the road, and when officers approached the vehicle, the driver told police their vehicle had been struck by gunfire. The driver said he had returned fire in self-defense and may have struck the suspect. The driver has not been identified. Unfortunately, Jamielle had been struck by gunfire and she was transported to the hospital where she later passed away. Investigators determined that the shooting occurred at the 400 block of Gray Street off of University Boulevard. They also said after speaking with multiple witnesses and viewing video surveillance, they identified 2 suspects. Both were located and interviewed. One suspect was found to have been struck by gunfire, but the wound was non-life-threatening. He was arrested and charged with capital murder. After questioning, Darius Miles, who was the University of Alabama basketball player, was taken into custody and also charged with capital murder.
I swear, I love you more than you imagine.
That was Darius Miles being taken into custody. I guess he was speaking to some loved ones saying he loved them more than they could ever imagine. Officials have stated that they don't have a clear motive at this time, but it appears that the shooting was a result of a minor argument that occurred between the victims and the suspects after they encountered each other along the strip. Now, this morning, Darius Miles' legal team issued a statement saying that Darius and his family are heartbroken tonight over the death of Mielle Harris. While Darius has been accused of being involved with this tragedy, he maintains his innocence and looks forward to his day in court. Now, Mielle Harris was only 23 years old. She had a 5-year-old son named Kane Cotton. They stated that she was just trying to enjoy her weekend with her cousin that attends University of Alabama and her boyfriend. They also added that she was a loving person and she had a wonderful spirit. Of course, here's the Black Grit News. We're sending our condolences and love out to the family. This is Double D Mo for the Black Grit News, where I'm black and the news is always petty but accurate.
So that was that whole story. Y'all, it's so fucked up. Like, that is a really messed up situation. So there is an update, and I will let Leah say the update on that because this has been out for almost a week now. So, you know.
Well, the only update that I have heard is that the guy that was allegedly thought to have been the shooter in the case is not the actual shooter, but he was the one that provided the gun that shot Mielle Harris that night that everything happened. And the friend, apparently, I guess, is the one that did the majority of the shooting. But that's just as bad because you are now considered an accessory to a murder or an accomplice. And it's bad because you could have prevented it from happening. You could have just not given him the gun. And my whole thing is, like, LovelyTi has a video. I have not watched her video. But she has a video where she kind of like breaks it down in more detail, so she probably has a little bit more information in her video than Double D did in that one. But why? Like, what was the motive? I saw in her title it said that she got shot because she didn't want to talk to. I think it was Darius Miles at the time because that's who we thought was the shooter.
When she said that, I felt like it was more speculation because I did watch her live stream that she did the other day, which you guys can also check that out in the description. But she pretty much was like, in her way of thinking, maybe it was one of those things where she was like, oh, no, I don't want to mess with you. Like, nah, I'm cool. I'm just down here for the weekend type stuff. And once they seen her again, it was like a scare tactic. Like, I'm going to scare you. I'm going to shoot your car a couple times. And, you know, not trying to kill her, but it happened.
It happened.
And the other car that she was in, you know, she was shooting. Well, she wasn't shooting, but somebody in the car was shooting as well at Darius' car as well. So it's just senseless gun violence. Like, this woman, like, her son now has to grow up without a mother, which is really fucked up because I was a child that grew up majority of my teenage years not having my mom around because she was in prison. Though she still was able to come back to me, I still had a period of time where I didn't see my mother consistently for almost 10 years. So knowing that this little boy will never be able to touch his mom, hear his mom's voice, like, that's fucked up. Like, so many lives are messed up for the rest of people's lives. And I just hope that when all this comes out in the courts, I hope that we get a good reason on why they were shooting. Did they think somebody was shooting at them, so they shot at the other car? Like, what happened.
And I don't think we're ever really gonna know because, you know, it's just a lot. It's just a lot going on. And so condolences to her family. Definitely. And hopefully her son can get is surrounded by like all the love and support that one could ever possibly need in this situation. And I hope that whomever did this, whomever was a part of it, I hope that they are brought to justice, because this type of stuff where y'all just shooting for no reason, it's ridiculous, and y'all really got to stop. Y'all got to calm down. Got to chill out.
Now, if there's any more updates on this, you guys can definitely check out our YouTube shorts, our TikTok, and our Instagram as well for more updates. So I guess this is a good segue into, well, not a good segue, but it's a good segue into the next topic. So this one is from Dub. Dub is DDG's, you know, the YouTube rapper guy. They're from Detroit, Michigan. They got big on YouTube. They moved out to LA. The whole family's in LA now. Okay, brief story there. Now, Wrapup, we've literally seen him grow up on camera from like an infant stage, like young stage, to now. And he's in kindergarten, I believe, going into first grade. And he's a very mature little boy. Like, he knows things, and he speaks so, I don't want to say it because, you know, some people be like, oh my God, just because they're black doesn't mean you have to say this phrase. But like, he speaks well. He speaks eloquently to be an 8-year-old. Yes, and Dub over the years have definitely, as a viewer and as a, you know, a subscriber, a supporter of Dub, because Dub is a good dude. He really is. To see how Wrapup, which is his son, like, views the way he sees his parents interact, it's kind of crazy. You guys are gonna get to see a little bit of that. But over the years of watching, I don't see Dub being affectionate with Britney. I don't see Dub, you know, saying things to Britney that's sweet. He doesn't hold her hand. He doesn't take her out on dates. He's more of a financial guy. He takes care of things financially, which is fine, but you gotta have that affection side, especially if you're saying that, you know, this is us type shit. So let's get into the clip, and then I'll say my other piece when we get on the other side. So let's do that.
Let's talk about Dub and his son Wrapup, because they recently did a sit down video, and let's talk about Dub and his son Wrapup, because they recently did a sit down video, and let's just say things got real serious in it.
Did it play?
Oh wait.
Let's talk about Dub and his son Wrapup, because they recently did a sit down video, and let's just say things got real serious and intense, but it was much needed.
I used to grow up and I wanted to be like you, and now I don't.
What you mean you don't want to be like me? Who you want to be like?
You're an awesome dad, you give me everything I want, but you don't know how to treat women. You're the only one in this family that their girlfriend don't appreciate them. You never want to hold your girlfriend's hand and walk with her or take her on a date. You always act like you're the head of the relationship. Moon know how to treat people. He took his girlfriend to Mexico just because. Moon know how to treat his girlfriend. Aries know how to treat his girlfriend. George know how. But you don't. You're the only person in this family that don't know how to treat a girl.
I don't want to, because I'm not sweet. Because I'm not sweet, you don't want to be like, you don't want to.
That's the whole point of getting a girlfriend. Cause if my mama, she was always rude to you, you wouldn't even want to be with her, would you? Would you? Exactly. So why do you think she would want to be with you if you wasn't nice? What's wrong? Now you just want to sit there looking dumb.
It must be hard living without your twin dub. I think what many people see as you being mean is actually your hurt coming through. I wish you healing. You're a great dad. I'm so proud of Wrapup for standing up for his mom. He's so young and he already realized what the comments have been saying for years. Whether you know it or not, this affects his self-esteem and the way you treat his mama. And yes, Wrapup, grow up and be a better man. Wrapup speaking facts. Britney deserves a man who will show how much he cares for her. It's not just about hand-holding. Wrapup sees what we see, and off-camera stuff as well. I'm glad Wrapup sees other examples of love and can choose which one feels right to him. Yep.
Hey players.
So DDG, like I told you guys, is Wrapup's uncle, and he is dating Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
I ain't never been able to say her name right. I've been watching that girl for years. That's ridiculous. But he's dating her, and he did take her to Mexico just because. He did that 2 times actually, I believe. And what's weird is that this 6-year-old boy can see that his parents are not affectionate at all. At all. And I don't know, when I look at their relationship sometimes, it kind of just looks like, oh, these are the bros. Like, that's my bro. Like, and it's not cool. Like, you moved this girl away from her family, and she's now having to, like, stay there. Well, she doesn't have to, but she's there because you're taking care of everything financially. But in my relationship,
she doesn't have any means of, like, I don't watch DDG. I don't watch them. I've heard of them. I know who they are. But like I said, I'm not really big into YouTube like that. Like, I watch YouTube for the people that I watch it for, and then I get off and I go about my business. But like, this is a situation where you have a girl who gave up her entire life where she was to move out here with you, and like, now it's like you can tell when a relationship has kind of run its course and we're just here. We're just going through the motions because we have a child. And this is why it's not good to stay in relationships with kids, because this little boy literally sat here and told his dad in the most respectful way possible, you ain't shit.
You ain't shit.
You ain't shit. And I know you're not shit. And the fact that I used to want to be like you when I grew up, I don't want to be that anymore. And I know as a parent, like, we want to be the best role models for our kids, because like, I don't have any kids. Like, let me make that clear. But I would think that you'd want to be the best role model for your child, and you know what I'm saying, you want them to be like you, or maybe not like you, but be better than you when they grow up. And to hear your child say that has to hurt. Like, that has to hurt your feelings, and it should. Yeah. And what got me in the video was, I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, who is this little boy? I'm like, who is this little boy? Like, I mean, what got me was like, he was like, so you don't want to be like me because I'm not sweet? And it's like, yeah. Yes, nigga, because you're not sweet. Like, you don't treat women in the way that I see my uncles treat his girlfriend. You don't take my mama out on no vacations or anything like that just because y'all don't even do nothing. You just be mean all the time. And if it was the opposite, if she were mean to you, you wouldn't want that. And it's just like,
mention his grandmother. So George is dating his grandmother, and Aries is dating his auntie, his Doug's little sister, right? And he's like, I see these other men treating everybody else right, but why can't you treat my mama the same? When they go out on vacation, they recently went out for vacation, I believe either for Christmas or for Thanksgiving. I think it was Christmas. And I don't know, like I said, it just comes off as she's here because my son's here. It's never like an affectionate thing. And I know growing up, seeing my mother is very much alpha. Homegirl she gonna run some shit. And if a man gonna let her run you, she gonna do it. She just got that fire like that. And growing up, I would see my mother being this strong person, but it's like she's really sweet, but she also yearns for someone to, be that as well to her. Now, I think with Britney, I seen one of her videos one time, and she was like it was a Q&A, and somebody asked her, are you and Doug together? Like, what is y'all relationship? Because y'all don't call each other bae. Y'all don't bae each other. Y'all don't say, I love you. It ain't nothing like that. It's more of like I appreciate baby daddy. I appreciate baby mama. Like, shit like that, right? So in the video, she's like, well, girl, what's understood ain't got to be explained. But when the audience is confused, your son's confused, somebody deserves a goddamn explanation. You may not have to explain it to us, But Woo-Wop deserves to know.
He deserves to know that as much. Yeah, and it's kind of like, first of all, I think I mean, I get what she's saying. What's understood doesn't have to be explained. We understand what's going on, so we ain't got to explain that part to y'all. Yeah. Like, I get that, but at the same time, that would have, I feel like as a mother, because imagine if that was a little girl saying that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, you're an example for your son of like what a woman should be like, and you know, stuff like that. His father is an example of how a woman should be treated. If he sees that he's not treating you properly, and you see it, that should be a sign that, hey, I need to get around. I need to leave, because my child is seeing, and my child knows, and he, you know what I'm saying? When you get to a certain age, like I know when we were growing up, my mom never talked bad about our dads at all. Yeah. Like, we were allowed to form our own opinions about them, and it just was what it was. Yeah. And like, what parents forget is that children are very, very smart individuals. They're not dumb. They can comprehend and pick up on things, just like anybody else. But like, it's not like, I don't know. I seen that and I was just like, wow, because I'm like, who is this little boy? And I'm like, and if a lot of parents allow that stuff to happen, they would really be sad, and a lot of their feelings would be hurt, because y'all really be thinking y'all here, y'all the bomb diggity, y'all the shit. The whole time you ain't shit, and you not doing the job. And it's like, damn, that's really fucked up.
We was talking about that the other day, how sometimes parents be thinking, oh yeah, I'm killing this shit, but it's like, yeah, you killing it. You are really killing it. You not doing good, honey. This ain't it. But also, I always have to give them a little bit of grace. But it's like, the older you get,
just a little bit,
you gotta give more than what you've been given. Like,
just
I feel like she didn't really have us in too many situations to where we felt like we were in danger, right? Yeah. But I knew the men that she was with, really, we just saw her with our fathers for the most part. But they ain't shit. There wasn't shit. And she wouldn't just flat out say, oh, your daddy ain't shit. It was more of like what Leah said, like, I'm going to let you find out about him when you get over.
I'm going to let you form your own opinions, and then you'll decide whether or not you want to deal with him or whatever.
Yep. But just because Woo-Wop has both of his parents under the same roof, that don't mean shit, especially when one parent isn't treating the other one right emotionally. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's just like, at some point, that little boy going to really be like, I don't like you. Like, for real. Like, I really don't like you.
It'll be a lot of resentment. And I think that he might even grow up resenting his mom, because it's like, I don't really know. I see a lot of healthy relationships around me. Yeah. You know, you see, like, on the outside looking in, like, I see DDG taking Hallie to Mexico, or I see him buying her expensive gifts, or like buying her things that she likes, or I see him being affectionate towards her. But like, I don't really get to see how our relationship operates day to day. You know what I'm saying? And he might grow up resenting his mom, because it's like, I saw that you were being mistreated, and you saw it, and you never left. And he'll probably grow up and be like, I don't understand why you stayed. And that's really, really sad, because everybody should, who wants love, should be able to get that, and your children should not be subjected to seeing you being mistreated, or seeing you not being treated in the way that they know you should. You know what I'm saying? I saw that video went off on TikTok. I saw that video like 3, 4, 5 different times on my For You page, and I was like, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. That is wild.
Hopefully, you know, Britney finds or sees that she deserves more than that, because just because a man is taking care of you financially, like, I don't know if you've seen this video, but it went viral on TikTok like months ago, and basically it was like, would you stay with a dude for like a year or something like that? It was like a certain amount of time, but every time he hands you the X amount of money, you know he gotta beat your ass, like that.
Yeah, I saw that. Hell no, fuck that money.
I was like, hell no, the fuck, I'm not staying, nigga. What?
No, I'm straight. I'm good. But I mean, you know, it was very crazy. It was a very crazy situation. It's just like, wow, more parents need to allow their kids to express themselves in that way. And I feel like it'll lead to a lot of kids not growing up to be, because kids grow up to be be adults, and it would lead to maybe a lot more emotionally aware adults who are able to express themselves in a way that does not involve screaming and yelling and fighting and shooting up schools. If a lot of parents allow their children to sit down, and if they would treat their children like humans and allow them to sit down and be like, hey, listen, I don't like how you did that. Because I feel like parenting is one of the things where it's correct. It's a as you go type situation. If I can tell you I don't like it when you do this and you correct it immediately, you're gonna know, okay, for the next child, I'm not gonna do that.
Yep.
You're gonna know, and then it helps you get to know your child better too when they're telling you like, hey, I would appreciate it if you didn't yell at me all the time, or if you didn't do this. I feel when you do that, you make me feel like this you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, be sure y'all commenting if you watch the playback of this. Be sure you leave your thoughts on all these stories in the comments below.
Yeah,
but
sure.
That's just one video that we seen that has social media in a bit of a tussle. The next wild and crazy thing that had social media going was Mielle partnering with P&G Beauty and basically just saying that she didn't sell out, but rather she sold up. That's what the founder Monique Rodriguez said in an Instagram video. Y'all can go on her page and see it because we didn't add the video here, but y'all can go to the Mielle Organics page. Now this whole thing started with Alex Earl. If y'all know who Alex Earl is a popular palm-colored influencer. Hey, listen, it is what it is. She's a popular palm-colored influencer. She made a video about the Mielle Organic rosemary hair growth oil, which I do own, and I have not used it yet, but I guess it works. She made a video about the hair growth oil, saying that she's been using this for a week and her hair is already growing, yada yada yada. But also, there are a lot of people who went out and bought that hair oil, and they said that it left their hair very greasy, and in some cases it took their hair out, and as a result the hair oil ended up selling out. And then after Mielle seen all of this, they basically ended up saying, hey, they put out a statement. They were like, we're not going to change the formula, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. But then they had an announcement that came about a month later. But before I get into all of that, I think you already got it pulled up? We should play the video first.
Okay, here y'all go, y'all.
For now, we're gonna put a for now asterisk because stuff can change later, but thankfully we're safe.
Well, that was quick. Mielle has now partnered with P&G Beauty. If you don't know about P&G, they are a mega conglomerate. They own Gillette, Febreze, Olay, among other portfolios, and now they're joining forces with Mielle. If you don't know what's been going on, the Rosemary Mint hair growth oil has been sold out for the last week. I knew they were gonna have a statement like this. I can also appreciate that new consumers are now discovering Mielle and discovering this amazing oil. And honestly, this is why this partnership with P&G is so important. We knew this was coming. You guys can pause to read the rest. This, oh God, we knew this was gonna happen.
Full video breakdown of this, Britney Rose, is linked in the description box. But when I first seen this, first of all, I've never really used Mielle before, but I have recently bought her deep conditioner, her mint deep conditioner. It's amazing, and I can see why her products do sell out because baby, it's good.
It's me. They work. They really, really work. They're really great products.
And I was like, first of all, I know Leah seen my tweets, and I had retweeted somebody, and I was like, we can't never have shit. Y'all find something we like that we love, and y'all try to make it right. I don't like it. Now, I ain't got nothing against white people. I ain't racist. I ain't none of that. But what's good for us is good for us, and the products that we have, the companies that work for us, and we don't want to be switching it up. Like I saw Cream of Nature. I heard that they had switched up their formula once white people found their stuff. I heard that. What was that other one? Cantu.
Shea Moisture, Carol's Daughter, Cantu, all the black-owned brands that used to be black-owned.
Yep.
Once they sold to these white conglomerates, they switched up their entire formula, and there's probably only one product that people might buy from Shea Moisture that actually works, and everything else doesn't.
Yep. So when I was just like, I seen this, and like Leah was saying, maybe she she sold up. She did this to like really boost her business and really make it worldwide. But at what cost? I feel like we should have been walked into this on baby steps, spoon fed, this information. It was too much. I think it was a plant. I think they definitely secretly had collabed with that creator and to get their news out there about the company to other sides of the world and other people, other cultures, and it didn't go the way they wanted to because the black outrage is viral within itself.
I was just about to say, but this is the question I'm gonna put to you. You were a small business owner once. You had Beautifully Bougie. She does not have it anymore. You had Beautifully Bougie where you sold t-shirts and eyelashes and things of that nature. And let's just say that small business, it took off. And I think in the year of let's say in the year of 2021, you brought in, measly $40 million. Nothing too major. Nothing too major, right? $40 million, nothing. Chunk change, whatever. But, yay. But let's say that you had an influencer. Let's say one of your lashes, your eyelashes became really popular. Hey guys, you're really popular eyelashes, and she's not black. But she comes on and she promotes them and then they end up selling out. Okay, cool. That's grand. Black women are upset. But then let's say that a company like P&G Beauty or Sundial or Unilever, I believe that's who owns Dove and all those. Yeah. Let's say they come to you and they present you with a partnership. Would you take it? Even though you know that there's a risk that the products that you sell could be, their formulas could be changed. Because that's let's just say you had your Beautifully Bougie and you had products for skincare, hair care, all that. Let's say that there is a possibility of the formulas changing and that there's a possibility of you losing your core fan base. But as a result of you partnering with this conglomerate, you have now access to more black scientists and chemists, and not only that, but they're also going to help you be able to distribute your products globally. Is it worth losing your core fan base over, or do you think you would still stick to where you are, would you just not partner with them and keep it the way it is?
Right. So this is a tough one, honestly. It really is, because even trying to do a collab with certain people, over the years, people do collabs with brands, and then the brand gets, trashed because it's well, you didn't pay this person correctly, or maybe the product was really shit, but y'all paying this person to say something different. So for me, it would have to make sense. It would have to still go with what my brand was trying to push out into the world. I would want to make sure that my company and this newfound partnership that we got going here is in the same type of what is the word I'm looking for? In the same type of branding. If they're always talking about, they hate plus size people, they have a lot of, smaller selections of things. They're known for being this petite, very petite company that only fits skinny people. And I know my people are big girls. It may not be a right brand, because they may switch all my sizes to something that my core audience is not able to fit into. So definitely a bit of an issue for me. So I see someone that said, when this whole Mielle thing happened, it takes months to have this type of thing.
Yeah, it doesn't just happen overnight.
So I would have said something to my audience. I would have took out, put out a newsletter. I would have made a YouTube video or sat down and did a Instagram live to explain why am I doing this. Maybe her having the black chemist is what's really important to her because
I'm sorry, I don't mean, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
Well, yeah, she can now outsource and be able to collaborate with these black chemists, but I would think about my audience. At what cost is it my integrity? I would want to make sure that stays intact, So it would have to make sense financially. It would have to make sense for my products and the integrity of my products, like it would have to be all on the same level, well, playing field. I wouldn't want to switch up too much because you may lose that audience, and then the audience that you do gain may not even like you for real, and they may just buy you because, oh, you went viral one time. You know, like I wouldn't want my products to become this great thing that everyone loved and buy it off the shelves to this thing where it's like, damn, remember when Beautifully Bougie was the shit? Girl, that was 20 years ago. They still selling shit. Why? Like, I wouldn't want my business to turn into that. And I hope that this is something that's going to benefit her in the long run, because right now, girl, if she switch out any fucking products, anything, even if she changed her packaging too much, people are going to dog the hell company.
They're doing that now, but okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for a second. Because on the one hand, I understand Black women's frustration. Me being a Black woman myself, I get it. I understand. I totally get it. See, fucking up. Every time we go into the hair care aisle, we're lucky if we find hair care items for us. You know what I'm saying? Like you have Garnier, who I think they have a line of hair care products that are made especially for, natural hair, I believe. And I think Dove had one at one point.
At one too.
So there are a couple, but when you have first of all, when you have a business that's Black owned and it's owned by a woman, it's already hard as it is.
Yeah.
But when you have a hair care line whose main focus from jump was Black women's hair and making sure that they had good quality hair products.
Yeah.
I understand why Black women were like, oh shit, here's Shea Moisture all over again. Here we go with the bullshit. Here we go with the shenanigans. Here we go making a profit off of Black Rage. Here we go building up yet another brand. And then they turn their back on us. And when they start catering to the white folks, and then we're gonna be forgotten about. I get that, because it's like y'all use us to y'all market for us because our hair is our crowning glory. We care about it a lot. That we're gonna spend the coin because we want our hair to look good, and we want good quality products to work on our hair. But once you reach a certain level of success, you sell to these white brands, and then now your formula is changed up, and now the stuff that used to work really well for my hair, now it doesn't work anymore. Now it's not formulated especially for my hair. Now it's formulated more so towards people whose hair is not as thick as mine, not as coily or curly or whatever as mine. It's more fine and thin.
And these same fucking people don't even know how to say Mielle or they can call it Mielle.
It's like I get it. It's like we already don't have shit as Black folks as it is. But then for you to do that, it's like we feel a bit betrayed.
Yep.
However, on the other hand,
and it's like going to these stores, we would love to go into a store, go into a Target, let's just say Target, go into a Target, and we got an aisle upon it, 2+ aisles of our shit.
Yeah, of hair care products.
Nothing but aisles on aisles on aisles in the store. We literally got to shop online for our shit, and we always got to pay the damn shipping. The most y'all got to pay is gas when we get to the store and back home.
I understand. Like I said, I understand that from the Black woman's perspective. But I had to look into it too and try to do my own little research, because sometimes social media her partnership, and they was like, nah, she sold it. Yeah. And it's like she didn't sell all of it, but she sold enough of it to where they're saying she's no longer Black owned, but she's Black led. So I'm guessing that means that they don't have control over her formulas changing or anything like that. She still has control over that. So if it does happen, if she does switch up her formulas, I guess it'd be on her part. I don't know how true that is. I don't know enough about business and stuff like that. But from a business standpoint, you said she should have mentioned why she was doing this. She did in the statement that she put out. She said that this partnership would help expand access to Black women who probably would have to drive miles to be able to pick up her products, and it would help her, reach a more global audience. And also, they're going to be matching donations to her Mielle Cares charity, and she does have a charity where she gives back to I think for like young girls and stuff like that. I'm not really sure exactly what it does, but so she did explain that, and I understand.
But hold on, before we move on from that, let's stay on that for a second. Okay, so she wants to do this globally, right? Why couldn't she just promote and have international like influencers that are Black promote her company? That alone, that's damn near free promo. You may only have to keep a couple
do that.
Like
that. Do that. But I think when you have a company like Procter and Gamble, or you have a company like Sundial, they have more reach. You're able to easily get your products out and distribute them globally, as opposed to you doing like and I thought about that too. Was there not an alternative route she could have taken to get her products out globally? And it's like, maybe not, but then you have to think about it. She's a black woman-owned business, right? It's already hard enough for her as it is to try and get funding for her business, of course, to get it started and to keep it going. And so they had the means. And then Black chemists, that was her thing too. She said that she had access to Black chemists, and that was one of the reasons why she chose to partner with them specifically, you know. So she could probably still use Black influencers to promote her things globally, but it's like, how are they going to be able to get it? Maybe she was having issues with that. And Mielle Organics, this is not the first time they've been embroiled in scandal. This is not the first time they have pissed Black women off. Apparently, you can go watch Britney Rose's video, but in a couple other influencers said the same thing. They made fun of their products their customers because they were talking about a Black Friday sale that they had one year. And apparently, I guess the products that they were looking for weren't available, and they made fun of the customers for, you know, complaining about it. And they were saying, if y'all keep acting like this, you won't get another sale. You know what I'm saying? Because their products are a bit on the more expensive side of affordable, I guess. Yeah. Depending on how much you're willing to spend on a product. Like the highest I've ever spent on a product of theirs is like $15, $14. Yeah. But you know, it was well worth my 8,000 pennies that I spent. $8. So I get it. And a lot of people were saying that she's never really been for the Black community. She's paid Black influencers significantly less than what she would have paid like Black celebrities, for instance. Like I think she had a thing with Meg Thee Stallion. She paid Meg Thee Stallion whatever her asking price was, but there was an influencer that worked with them that said she only paid me $2,000. And it's like, if you can pay Meg Thee Stallion, you can definitely pay me too. You got some money in the budget for me too. So this is not the first time. And then apparently also, when I was looking up different brands to use for my hair on YouTube, there was a video of a popular YouTuber. She reviewed it was a new product line that Mielle had just recently released, and she reviewed it, and she said, you know, it didn't really work for my hair. I don't really know, maybe I applied it wrong or whatever, but it didn't really work for me. And she said something along the lines of like, when I said that, the owner of the line of the company reached out to me and like had a real nasty attitude about what I said. And she was like, we're canceling Mielle because that's not how you talk to people. Like, you're going to get bad reviews on your products if they don't work for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But that's not how you do that. So Mielle has not been scandal free. They've been embroiled in a few scandals, but I feel like the way I feel where everybody's coming from, and I'm also trying to look at it from a business standpoint, and everybody's like, it's not about the fact that we're not mad at her for getting her bag and for being a successful Black woman, because that's not the problem, that's not the issue, that's what we want. But it's like, when white folks, we're just afraid as Black women that now your main focus will not be us anymore.
No, because you're trying to touch that different audience. It's
not going to be us anymore. And like the brand that you made for Black women hair, it's not going to be, your products won't, we're afraid that they're going to make you change your formulas. And now, instead of us finding you in the ethnic hair care section, you're going to be right next to Tresemme and Garnier and Suave and Nioxin and all the other ones. And it's like, we don't want that, because once you're gone, we've gotten smaller and smaller now. But now there's one less brand, you know.
So Britney Rose, she recently put out a video And once you guys click on the link, you'll be able to see it on her channel. But she recently put out a video about, you know, her experiences with customers. And she's like, I could be professional only for so long, but if you as a company, a business owner, the CEO is reaching out to somebody because they put something bad out on the internet about you, that was her opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, somebody had got one of my t-shirts or grabbed some of my eyelashes and be like, well, the quality's not the best, but you know, thanks for the service. Like, I love that, you know, she worked diligently. She got my product to me quickly. I didn't have to wait too long. You know, when I got the package wasn't just thrown together. Like, when you have a company, you have to always think with your business mindset. Whenever time I have switched over to my Facebook for my business or my Instagram for my business, and somebody responded to me in my comments or my, you know, my inbox, I made sure I was not trying. I was rereading my message to make sure that I didn't have no spelling errors, or make sure that what I'm saying to this person didn't come off disrespectfully. Like, I stopped watching this one YouTuber because of a rude way she came at me, right? Because it happened in two different ways. I made my comment. She instantly said something rude back to me, like, well, then you don't have to watch me. And then she got on live on Instagram and was like, y'all, I just responded after this comment. This girl was talking about, was this made in August and it's already November? Yes, I asked that. But it was just like everybody else comments. It was more of a curious, like, damn, like, you really kept this footage that long. And it's like, you have to be professional. Now, if somebody's just being downright nasty and disrespectful, okay, honey, you handled it how you handled them. But that one incident with me and her, every time I see her on my FYP or every time I see her, you know, on my YouTube recommended, I always hit not interested, because I remembered I had within an hour 2 incidents with you where you made me feel like, ugh, like her attitude just off. So that could have easily made Mielle be canceled at that moment, you know, if her video blew up long enough. But yeah. Here, like, some business owners are, oh, child, they just a little aggressive for me.
me as a consumer, this is my thing, right? I'm going to continue to buy her products.
Yeah, same. They're good.
I'm gonna continue to buy them because they do work. They're really good. She didn't make $40 million in one year, because her products were ass. Like, that's not how that works. If your products are bad, TikTok, social media gonna get in that ass and let you know this shit is trash. Like, they're gonna let you know. So this woman is clearly very smart, did her research, knows what works well for Black women's hair, and said, okay, I'm gonna put it in the bottle. I'm gonna start packaging my stuff. I'm start making, because she started out in her kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of them things where when they start changing, that's when I'll start leaving. I'll start giving them my dollars. I spent $80 on her products. I had bought it. Really, it started with buying her foaming mousse for my curls. You know, when I'm done, to make them hold, and it moisturizes them really, really well. Like, it works. Her products really do work, and it's not just social media hype or anything like that. I know you've been seeing a lot of videos on TikTok lately of people unboxing her products. But when they say it works, when they're telling you to go buy her stuff, they're not just saying that because she's paying them to say that. That shit actually works. Like, her pomegranate and honey line, I got all the shit. I got all her products except for her gel. But it works, y'all. It really does work. So I understand, you know, why she made that amount of money. But I'm gonna support her business, even though it's Black led and not Black owned. We support Fenty, and Fenty Black led ain't Black owned. Fenty is owned by MLBH or LVH or however. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's Black led, and I think we should still give her the grace. Once we see that her formulas have changed and that nothing works the same way as it used to, then we can start pulling our dollars out. Because we, as Black women, we have to realize we have spending power too. It's very strong. Maybe not as strong as most people, but it's strong enough to where when we pull out, your pocket's gonna feel it. Yep. You're gonna feel it. And I feel like everybody rushed away from her very, very quickly once they saw that she partnered with a white company to get her products shipped out globally. And it's like just like, God damn, like, and like I said, I understand why. I totally get it. But for me personally, it took me a minute to settle on my products. I ain't really trying to switch again.
I didn't
like
want to have to switch nor Man, child, I was like, Maui moisture till the day I die.
Yeah, and it's just like it took a minute. So I like what I got. I want to get more products from her line and try them and see if they work on my hair just as well as the ones that I have. So I'm going to continue to support. I'm going to continue to buy her products, and once she starts switching up the formula, if it feel like if her conditioner don't feel creamy and it's starting to get a little runny, okay, I'm running away.
The ship, okay.
I'm jumping ship.
So y'all, we got this last topic, and honey, my main man Kev just I know he a freak. That's what
freak is not even man. Just play the clip. Just play the damn.
We'll play the clip.
Just play the damn video.
I let you piss in my mouth, then I come kiss you.
I love for a woman to piss in my mouth.
No, like you piss in my mouth, and then I come tongue kiss you afterwards.
I never had that done.
Oh,
but
okay.
I love for a woman to piss in my mouth. That's beautiful.
You never had that one done either?
What?
A woman piss in your mouth?
Yeah, I done had a woman pee in a cup while we was driving and I drunk it.
And you can't tell me he nasty.
That's trifling.
So I asked my boyfriend, I said, baby, would you drink my pee? He said, hell no, how the fuck would I do that? And then I was like, it ain't no difference between a girl, swallowing your cum. Like, that's no different. He was like, baby, that's not pussy. I was like, I mean, you got a point, but it's still your bodily fluid. You know what I'm saying?
No, he got a point. He said what he said. Hell no. Listen, first of all, I'm not one to listen to Kevin Gates music for a number of reasons. Number one, I don't like really vulgar music like that. Every time, y'all, and I hope it ain't no kids. I think we have our stuff set to not made for kids.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, good. But still, I hope YouTube don't be funny and try to take it down. But every song, this nigga talking about sticking a thumb up somebody's ass, eating their ass. And it's like, bro, like, can we talk about something else? Can we not do that? Like, can we find a different subject matter? Like, it's like Rod Wave. Rod Wave makes really good music, but I can't afford to want to scream all the time.
And I know, Rod Wave make me just sad. He make me think about
like it's like every song is about how hard his wife was. It's like, you know what? I understand that, but can we make an upbeat song? Like,
every time Anthony hear it, he be like, I just need to know the bitch that really hurt this nigga feelings.
No, for real. But with Kevin Gates is one of them things where it's just like, you too nasty for me. Like, your music is too much, and I don't want to be with that. Then but see, Kevin Gates be on a different type of time. He be on a different wavelength. He be already doing different shit anyways. So this isn't too surprising. I don't give a damn how clean you are. I don't give a damn if you drink a faucet full of water every day. If you drink the faucet dry, I'm not drinking nobody's piss. I don't give a fuck. Piss is piss.
I can't say I've ever been infatuated. Like Anthony, I've been with him 4 years in October this year. I ain't never sat back and just been like, babe, put your penis in my mouth because I'm ready to just suck that motherfucker dry of all the urine you got. Like, nigga, what?
No, thank you. I ain't never told anybody that I may have been dating or that I was with, seriously, hey, piss in a cup and let me drink it. No, I'm not doing that.
I gotta face you, nigga.
I'm not doing that. I don't give a damn. And I'm not pissing in the cup for you. I might piss in the cup because I gotta get a drug test, but you're not gonna, hey, let me drink. No, get some fucking water. Like, what is you want? Like, what? Some people have. It's funny that we were even talking about this because people have really weird sex kinks. We were having this conversation one night in the group that we were in, that we used to be in. We were having, Aisha was asleep, so she be missing the late night. It was like BET Uncut.
Okay.
It was a BET Uncut. This have like go to bed at 8:00 like she an old ass woman and shit. But anyways, it was given very much BET Uncut, and one of the ladies in there said that they had like a sexual fantasy of like being peed on. And I'm like, what is everybody's obsession with piss? Like, I don't understand. R. Kelly had a motherfucker peeing on him where he peed on somebody. You want to be pissed on. He drinking piss. I don't understand. Like, bro, no. Your piss belongs in the toilet.
Anthony's ex, this was like really at the end of their relationship. And after they was done doing the do, she literally was like, he was like, oh, I gotta go pee. she said, just pee on me, just do it, come on, just do it, it's okay, do it. And he was like, no, like, Anthony is such a clean dude to even ask him to do anything like that. It's automatic hell no, bitch. What the fuck? So he was like, nah. He literally told her, you gotta go, bro. Like, we're not doing nothing the fuck else. Because first of all, if I would have pissed on you, who gonna clean it up? Who gonna clean that up? That's a lot of pee. And I be hearing his streams of piss. That's a lot of fucking pee. No, man.
Men be, I don't know, men be feeling like it's like they got a fucking, they pissing in a bucket the way they be peeing and like what the hell? Like, how do you
pee so fucking long and where?
First of all, how is your urethra that full? That's number one. Like, how much liquid are you drinking?
Right.
That is crazy. Like, are y'all bladders bigger or like what's going on? Like, how is that even possible? Because they do be pissing a lot. But I just found that to be really, really, really weird.
So what's your like? What's something you would let a nigga you actually do together? Tell me a sex kink of yours.
Why this gotta get personal?
Personal. We gotta take the conversation somewhere. We can't just talk about pissing.
No, fuck that. I don't know what I would let a person do, honestly, because I have to really, in order for me to like explore different sexual things with anybody, I have to be comfortable enough with you to be able to do that. I have to like you to want to even fuck on me. That's first.
Okay, that's cute. But answer the question. Don't deflect now.
I don't have sex kinks because I'm not really that experienced. So I'm just gonna put my business out there like that. Yeah.
Do I got one? I feel like the only kink that I would have, like something sexual I would like to do, is really fucking in front of a window. And Anthony has this fantasy of being in a hotel room. We're at one of the top floors, and like we do it in front of the window. And I'm like, after I think about it, I be like, I think it's the thrill of not getting caught. That's what he be saying. But like,
yeah.
I think that's the same thing for me. Like, it's the thought that someone could see us. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't mind somebody trying. Or a Ferris wheel.
I want to do it in the back of I want to do it in a car. I've never had car sex before.
Girl, first of all, if it's a small car, just don't even think about it because you got long legs. My legs ain't that long, but it depends on the back. Depending on the back of the car, it depends on the size. Cause let me tell you, I did something in the back of a car, and I was just like, if your car was just an inch bigger, we could have did some other things. Car sex is okay. It's okay. It's not the worst.
And then I would also like to do it outside somewhere. But see, like I said, if we're gonna do all that, I gotta be able to trust you.
Of course, yes.
I gotta be able to trust you for real. But like, I mean, I think those are really like normal things that everybody does. But like, one thing we're not doing, when you're not playing in my ass, we're not doing that.
In my ass, you're not pissing in me at all.
You're not playing in my ass. You're not sticking nothing up in my ass. We're not doing that. I'm not that grown.
Butt plug.
No, we ain't doing no butt plug. Listen, it's bad enough that something has to go up in the front.
Yeah. Yes.
And y'all barely know how to simulate that, right? What was you gonna simulate my ass? Like, no, we're not doing that. We're just not gonna do that. We're just not doing that. Enough about Kevin Gates. Fuck Kevin Gates. He get on my nerves. There was another TikTok drama that happened. We don't have the video for it because I didn't think to get it. But there was a lot of TikTok drama that happened. This one is a little bit older, but it's whether or not, how much should influencers share on social media? That was one of the ones. And it was a video that Jackie Aina made. Hold on. It was a video that Jackie Aina had made, and she was saying that, are influencers portraying perfection, or do we portray perfection in our minds? So it was one of those things where like it caused a lot of discourse on social media. And I had made a comment on social media stitched a video on social media where I said that sometimes influencers are really just on here showing their lives, and we assume not just influencers, but celebrities, people who come on camera and document their lives on camera. Mm-hmm. Sometimes all they're doing is simply showing their lives to us, on camera. And we will assume that it is perfect because of what we see. And I said, that's why we're always so surprised when we find out that somebody has died by suicide. And then what's the first thing that we say? Oh, they look like they had just a perfect life. They had a nice family, a nice house, nice car, nice career. And it's like, who said that was the epitome of perfection? Yeah. We did. And then it's like, I mentioned that because at the time there were two popular creators who were embroiled in some drama. One of them had announced on social media that he and his partner were getting a divorce, and his partner didn't have the luxury of being able to sit with that news and like being able to deal with it privately. He now announced to her,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Now, they had talked about it privately before anybody else had knew about it. And he had the time to deal with it. He had the time to process it. He was cool. But he ended up telling everybody that they were getting a divorce. And she was like, I'm still dealing with it. I have not had the time to really sit and grapple with my feelings and like just be able to accept the decision for what it is. And here he is telling everybody that we're getting a divorce. And now I'm getting bombarded with all these questions and everything. And it's just like, see, when you have creators that like put their lives on the internet and stuff like that shit like this happens. And now you've got folks choosing sides and you got all this extra bullshit. And then with Cardi B,
I want to say my opinion on that too, though, before you go too far in that. So, for me, I think sometimes when I watch people and I swipe over, I see how many followers they got, and I'm like, oh, I bet they just have this most amazing life. Like, I used to really do that. I don't do that now because I know sometimes in my videos, I get people to comment on my TikTok page and be like, oh my God, it just looks like you and Anthony have like the best relationship. And it's like, we argue just like the next. I will cuss this nigga the fuck out and get on camera and be like, hi guys, you know what I'm saying? So like, the way people perceive you, I feel like it's because of how you're shown. Like, I can make myself look damn near perfect in every single video. So I think as a consumer of social media, I have to watch things, kind of with a side eye almost, because it's like, yeah, she may have this amazing luxury weekend and spend almost $5,000 motherfucking dollars, but homegirl's pockets could be swollen right now. They could be breathing and gasping for some air. Like, bitch, why did you just do this to us? So I feel like sometimes on social media, we only show the perfect almost side of us. We only show that. So it's like, why would I show me in here arguing? Or why would I show me in here with nothing in my refrigerator, no money in my pocket? That's not perfect, That's not what's appealing to the masses. I can't be on here and be like, y'all, I'm broke today. I ain't got no money. Why would I do that? So when I saw that Jackie video, it's definitely like Jackie doesn't show her relationship, as I don't either. Like, I really don't. Like, people know nothing about my relationship unless I say something. But Jackie doesn't show her relationship. She doesn't talk about her engagement. She doesn't really talk about her wedding plans. Nothing of the sort. So like, people are like side-eyeing her, like, why are y'all still engaged? Like, it gotta be something going on. And it could be completely like, they just ain't ready to get married. Some people like a long engagement.
Yo, but that ain't even the reason. When I made the video, because I was like, sometimes this is the thing though, because motherfuckers really don't know what they want to see. They don't know if they want people to not show everything or show everything. And I was like, you know what, this is already an app where social media is already a place where people overshare as it is. So I said, so the ones that are not sharing everything are the ones that are doing it right, because y'all ain't got nothing to talk about.
Nothing.
All you know about Jackie Aina, if you've been following Jackie Aina, you know Jackie Aina is an OG. Mm-hmm. Jackie Aina was doing social media before social media was even paying you to do social media.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? She's an OG YouTuber. She taught the girlies, the dark-skinned girlies, how to do their makeup, And she ended up meeting her husband, during that time, or her fiance during that time. And they were supposed to get married during 2020, but pandemic pushed everything back, and so they get to get married. But she's like, I don't show a lot of my stuff on here because the crazy comments that you get. And then I'm like, Cardi B started out the same way. You know, Cardi B started out posting on social media. She started out telling y'all about her background as a stripper and stuff like that. And y'all will try to use that and try to like weaponize that against her. She's like, okay, I did this shit. Yeah, so what? Yeah, I robbed niggas and I did XYZ, and am I proud of it? No. Am I out here telling girls that they should be doing that? No, I've changed my mind. I've changed, and I have a different stance on that. I was not in the same mindset. But like, when Cardi B filed for divorce, because she talks about it in an interview that she did with Jason Lee. I haven't watched it, but she talked about it in an interview she did with Jason Lee briefly. But when she filed for divorce, everybody got mad and felt like, why you ain't tell us? I didn't want that to be out.
I ain't gotta tell you a damn thing, motherfucker.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Wow. That Pepsi's making me burp. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't owe you an explanation as to why I decided that I'm going to leave my husband. My husband wasn't doing what the fuck he's supposed to be did. I don't owe you an explanation on what's going on in my home. And if you notice now, Cardi B don't respond to shit on social media. She let the hype be what it is. Only time she'll respond to something is when motherfuckers really trying to play around and like really trying to like get some shit started and get some clout, or they try to lie and act like they didn't say what they said, and she has to come with receipts. Because what you won't do is get on here and try to make it look like it was one thing when it was this. You know what I'm saying? But she started out being transparent, and she started out showing her entire life on social media. And then it led to a lot of trolls. And it's just like with influencers and people like that, yeah, you show a certain image, and so people are going to see you in that light. So when they see you in somewhere different, it's just like, what? But sometimes, y'all, a lot of the clip, like Jackie said in her video, sometimes it's not a highlight reel for people. Sometimes people are just actually doing good.
Yeah.
Like they real life have it really good in this moment right now. And they're ready to show that. And then you also have reels of like people who are just down bad, and they document that because they want to be real, and they want to let you know, like, hey, you know, I'm really not in a nice space.
There's this mom that's on TikTok. You may have seen her videos, but she was in a shelter for a little bit of time, like a couple of weeks, I believe, like maybe like a month or two, with her son, and she was documenting her being in a really shitty situation with her child. Now, luckily, they have gotten up out of that. They're in a real apartment, like she's doing good, but people be in her comments sometimes like, well, why the fuck did you show this? Why did you show that you didn't have nobody around you? That's really making your family look bad. If her family gave a fuck, they would have helped the girl out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know my situation with my family. Like, you don't know nothing. You know what I just showed you in this 60 seconds to 3 minute video on TikTok
of my life. Yeah.
I do commentary on these other like moms in the mom sector of YouTube, but they overshare all the time. And what pisses me off is that as a consumer, I'm like, if you've been doing YouTube for 10 years, why is this something that you're still doing? Why are you still fucking up? Why are you still making these mistakes? Is it because you think that this is going to get your name out there even more? Because if that's the case, your social media would have blew up. But if that's not working, why continuously post your hardships? Why post when you don't have it? Why post when you're going through something with your man? Like, what is the purpose of posting that? Like, we don't need to see perfect, but damn.
Yeah, and
it's down bad.
And then that's the thing too, is like sometimes you get on here and like this app is already, like I said, TikTok especially is really full of oversharing.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that kind of happened because we all got bored. We was in a pandemic, so it's like, you know, why not? We you know, yeah. But I think that like we're in a phase now where we want everything to be regular, and we want, you know, we just want to see authenticity from people. But it's like, really, y'all, we're not really that different. Like the only thing that may separate us is tax brackets.
Yeah.
But we all live in a house or some form of shelter. We all are going through something. The effects of the pandemic and everything that's going on in the world is affecting us in the, you know, pretty much in the same way. It's affecting us all. Maybe a little bit differently, but we're all still affected. We're all feeling it. And it's like, some stuff I just don't want to post on social media. I post certain things on social media, like I post about my dating life because I don't care about that. Like, and even then, certain parts of that
you don't share.
Post. I share what I want y'all to know, you know. Yeah. But even then, there's certain parts of that I don't post. There's a lot of parts of my life that the people that know me for real know me for real. Y'all only know the little tidbit of my personality that you get to see on social media. But you don't know the kind of life I had growing up. You don't know my mom. You don't know really much of what I've been through because I don't talk about that. I don't feel comfortable just putting that out there like that. And I feel like with influencers, you have to find that balance for you. And you also have to be one of them. You also got to have a little bit of I don't give a fuck too, because motherfuckers will make you feel bad because you decided you didn't want to tell them XYZ. I don't owe you anything. I don't give a fuck. You don't have to support me. And I damn sure don't have to come on here spilling my business to you because I decide what I want to post on this page. You don't get to dictate to me how much of my life I need to be posting, especially when I post a lot of it anyway. So you kind of got to have a little bit of that in your system, but then also you have to be able to find that balance of how much is too much and knowing what to post and what not to post. But I thought that was a very interesting conversation that was being had because they get mad at Jackie because she's showing her what she does every morning. Maybe she do steam her sheets every morning. Maybe she do be lighting a candle and cleaning up every morning. But there's probably other stuff that she does that she don't show y'all, and that's perfectly fine.
I agree.
She ain't gotta do all that. Y'all be doing too much.
I think this is a good ending to our conversation. We've been over here well over an hour, but these topics was good. Like we had a good,
Yeah, they were great.
But if y'all want to see more, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow us across all of our social medias. Also follow Leah and I on our own personal pages across social media because Two Broke Chicks is not the only place where you can see us, child. Okay.
I should probably put our social media links in the description, or we should probably, or I don't know.
Yeah, we'll put it down there because I don't think it's in there now. But if y'all want to see us next week, Sunday. If y'all want to see us this Sunday, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, press all so you get all of our notifications, and like it. Okay? Because it boosts us up in the algorithm.
And be sure you join us next week for the next episode of the weekly wrap-up, where we'll talk about the other stories that have happened that have been trending, and we'll
showing his ass.
And we'll update you on all the ones that we did talk about if there are any other updates to be had. Mm-hmm. But until then, we will see y'all on Sunday.
Bye. Peace, love it. Bye.